Last time on the Black Gate. Instead of going to the actual city of Yu up north, I decided to go ahead and explore the deep forest of Yu instead and see what we could find. I went towards the east into the forest from Yolo's house, and we found a few creatures, an evil magician, some enemies, and an abandoned camp guarding their possibly ill-gotten gain, such as a magical piece of armor hidden behind a tree. I looted practically everything that was available at the camp, and I decided to go ahead and find an ancient ruin called Stonegate. I traveled further east, past the swamps, north up the swamps, and at the top was the entrance to Stonegate via wooden planks. This is where the Avatar faced the Shadow Lords of Ultima V Warriors of Destiny. Unfortunately, the ruins have been taken over by the swamps and is entirely unlivable, at least until Ultima IX Ascension. In the ruins were some skeletons who rose up from their grave once we took the Magebane sword, a sword that is very, very effective against spellcasters. One hit from the sword against a spellcaster drains all their mana, making them incapable of casting magic. After all that, I decided to go back to Britain, head back on our ship and see how Squawks is doing, and ventured east across the ocean to the city of Moonglow, the city of mages, and the city of honesty. Our visit here was very, very brief, and the part was pretty much almost over. I wanted to talk to a trainer named Chad and get some training done for our characters. Chad is a very good trainer. He trains dexterity by +2 and combat by +1. We got huge boosts to the combat score, especially for Spark. He started at 10, and now it's around 20, I believe. There's an effect that if your combat score is lower than your dex, and you do some training with a character who trains in those stats, your combat will catch up to your dexterity score. So Spark got a huge boost in his combat stat as a result. Alright, so I finally got my manual, which shows off what these little things do, and I'll start immediately and also say, welcome back to some more Let's Play Ultima VII The Black Gate, guys. Part 8. This is, these weeks are going by pretty quickly. But anyways, I was right about this little formation mode, attack mode. This is the combat mode. This icon means, with a white dot, signifies our character. The black dots are enemies. And this icon means attack nearest, so I was right. This one is attack the weakest enemy. This one is attack the strongest enemy. This one is attack, well, it's not really attack. This is a berserk mode right here. Your characters or character will never flee, regardless of how hurt they are. This is a little confusing just by looking at it, but this is protect mode, I believe, if I'm reading that correctly. It's a little dark in my room, and this manual isn't, well, it is a little old, I guess. This one is, 1 second, flee? It's either flee, no, it's defend. This is the defense mode, and this is, I believe this is flank mode, from my memory serves correctly. Yes, it is. Character will attempt to attack enemies from the side, as opposed to a frontal assault. This might be good to give to Spark, or anyone with like a reach weapon, or someone like Dupre, since he has a two-handed sword. This is flee. I can't tell, because the last one had a line below the white. This one doesn't, so this means flee. Character will retreat from any opponent in an orderly fashion. I guess good to use if someone's really, really badly hurt. And this is something, I don't see it. Where is it? Random. Attack a random foe. And this is manual mode. And then it goes back to this. So I think I'm just gonna leave this for the Avatar. Yolo can probably attack the strongest character with his crossbow. Spark can probably use flank. Gonna double check to make sure I'm actually choosing flank. That's flank right there. Shamino can also attack the strongest. Dupre can, oh, hold on. That's actually, I think nearest is fine for him. That way he's with the Avatar. And Yana is, I guess, just nearest. That's it. And this here, this icon here, this halo icon is the protection mode. So any character, I believe, will protect whoever has the halo on. We'll turn that off, and we'll finally continue onwards. I'm about ready to go to Serpent's Hold. We got our stats. We got Ruben's going to train with someone else. Right now he has 21 combat. We're not going to train up intelligence or magic. In the base game, you probably want to get this up a little bit higher, but since we have the add-on, it's actually better to wait. A bit of a spoiler, I guess. YOLO's all trained up. He's got 29 combat, my goodness. He's going to be really good with the crossbow. Spark has 6 points left. He's got 23 combat. I want to get his strength up. Shamino is all trained up. So is Dupre. And so is Yana. Let's move on. We're currently here. Press the wrong button, too. And we got to go here. Right there. Not too far away. Like I said many times... Oh, that's a sea serpent. That's not... For some reason, he's not hostile. He's just sort of relaxing in the nice waters of Britannia. But what was I saying? I forget. Yeah, the game world is not that big in Ultima VII. That was actually a criticism of when the game came out, from what I heard. Previous Ultima games had a much bigger game world. Well, this game's very advanced, so I don't really mind the smaller contained world. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to do in this world. I mean, do people really like the whole Skyrim experience where you're just running around forever until you find a point to fast travel to? Here, you never know what you're gonna find, and it's close, like how Gothic 1 and 2 did it. Those games weren't really a big world to explore. You were just sort of contained in the colony in the first game, second game, Carinus, and the colony again. Are we here? See, we're here already. It's currently 12:40 a.m. I think the trainer will be... Oh, we can't, right. I almost forgot. This is not where the docks are. We have to go around. I don't want to skip ahead because we haven't explored this part of the game just yet. Not yet. I don't land on land, dock on land, unless I have no choice, just because that's the kind of gamer I am. It's like, who's steering the ship? Is the Avatar? We're like going all over the place. There it is. That's the dock here. Let's go ahead and dock in. Say goodbye to Squawks for a second. Go ahead and save. And check. Okay, I got my LP save for this part. Just in case I have to restart. There's a training dummy here. Is there a trainer nearby? I hope so. This is Serpent's Hold. I'm not going to go in the Serpent's Hold yet. I want to go in here first. Now, if you remember correctly, when you talked to Coop back in Britain, the shop owner, the shop guy of YOLO's Bows, he said there was another bow shop in Serpent's Hold. It's nearby. It's right here. See, YOLO's Bows. I still can't read those runes. I used to be able to read them a long time ago. That's how much of a nerd I was. But I forgot that information. Alright, I gotta talk to this gentleman here. How you doing? The large, muscle-bound man smiles pleasantly at you. Name? I'm Minion, my lord. He shakes your hand. Job? I'm a trainer. I help warriors become bigger and stronger and better fighters. I also forge swords to match the strength of my students' arms. Forge? Dost thou wish to make a sword? Sure. He smiles. I'll be very happy to show thee the steps necessary to create a very fine blade. He quickly jots down a few things on a scroll and turns to give it to you. May thy blade be sturdy and sharp. Oh, you're not going to show us? Okay. Students. I have taught many a warrior how to use his or her force against an opponent. Force? Yes, my lord. The key to effective fighting is striking hard and accurately at one's foe. Accurately. Needless to say, some targets on an individual are better than others. It is always best to hit something that will either seriously incapacitate one's foe or create enough pain to distract him. Oh, okay. Hard. Physical strength permits the attacker a better chance of penetrating the other fighter's armor. Obviously, in a lethal combat, that is an important objective. Well, let's do some training then. Perhaps this would be a more appropriate topic when I'm at work. Well, great. I thought he was working now. May the strength of thine arms always match the strength of thy will. And I just remembered, he looks a little stuck. I guess that bug is still in the game. And this book shows the various numerical values of weapons. That's neat. Vetron's Guide to Weapons and Armor. Huh. So, when I first started this channel, I was doing reviews on the other channel. And I reviewed a game called Crusader No Remorse and No Regret. Those streams are on this channel. And Vetron is the name of a mech bot in the Crusader games. I feel like that's a reference to those games, or they got it from this game. I forget what year Crusader came out before. This game came out, I think Crusader came out later, 94 or something. This game 92 or 91. Because those games were also made by Origin. I believe Warren Spector produced those games too. I can't remember. Their effectiveness and value here is listed for easy comparison to various weapons and their effect upon opponents. Axe two-handed does 10 damage, blowgun 1, can also be used with poison or sleep. Bow is 8, cannon is 90. Yes, there's cannons in this game. We walked past one back in Britain. Club is 2 damage, crossbow is 10. Dagger 1, halberd 10. Hammer 4, a two-handed hammer 9 damage. Knife is 2, 5 is mace. Main gauche 2, Morningstar 5, powder keg, we got 1, 16. 3 for sling, sword 16, 6, excuse me. Two-handed sword 11. You see how why I gave Dupre the two-handed sword versus like a regular sword. Throwing axe 4, torch can be used as a weapon, that's 3. Triple crossbow is 28. Unfortunately, uses a lot of ammunition. We probably won't be using a triple crossbow in this game. I got tired of going back over to an archery shop to go buy some bolts for YOLO. Whip is 4. Armor and shields and their protection effectiveness are described here to permit the informed soldier the opportunity, to select the armor best suited to his or her fighting style. Buckler is 1. Chain all across the board is 2. Crested helm, we haven't run across those yet, is 3. Curved heater 3. Gauntlets, doesn't say which gauntlet, 2. I think gauntlets are all the same in this game, other than leather gloves. Gorgets 3. Great helm is 4. Greaves 2. Kidney belt, we haven't found one yet. Leather across the board is 1. It says leather collar here, but I don't think those are in the game. Could be wrong. Leather gloves 1. 1 for leather. Plate armor is 4 except for leggings. Scale armor 2. Spike shield 2. Wooden shield 2. And here's a list of the better known enchanted weapons. Magic arrows plus 4. Magic axe can be thrown. Hopefully we'll find one of those one day. Magic bow, 12. We don't have that yet. Well, yes, we do. We found the magic bow for Shamino in the last part. Never mind. Magic sword is 7 and is very, very accurate. Glass sword does 127 damage and it kills any enemy in the game in 1 hit. But it breaks after 1 hit. Hence the name Glass. Glass sword. An enchanted armor provides the best protection. Doesn't say anything about magical boots, though. It's kind of funny. Rarities and oddities of Britannia. Fellowship staff 6. Fire sword is 8. Muskets 9. BR sword. I wonder what that is. Says unknown. All the items listed in the final category are either unique items or legendary items. Their usefulness in combat has not been yet fully explored. And that's it. Let's read his scroll. I'm not going to skip time ahead and go to sleep to get the training done. We're probably going to talk to people here in Serpent's Hold. Actually a fun little reference of these characters in this part of the game. Okay, how to craft a sword. You can't really craft a sword in this game. This is, well, not a regular sword, but you can craft something later, like a special weapon, as part of a quest. First, thou must needs fill a crucible with metal. Then, using the bellows, make the fire as hot as possible. When the flame no longer continues to glow, thou art ready to proceed by setting the crucible on the fire to melt the metal. Afterwards, pour the molten metal into the blade mold and let it cool. Be warned, the crucible is at an extremely high temperature. Do not burn thyself. With the tongs, lift the cooled blade from the mold. Again, heat up the fire and set the blade within. Be careful not to let it lose its shape, though. Just set it in there long enough to become malleable. When it is ready, take it to the anvil and finish shaping it with the hammer. When thou hast the desired blade, find the quenching barrel and plunge the sword in the cool water. It will quickly harden. All that thou must needs do now is to put the pommel over the tang. It takes some doing to make a fine sturdy sword, but the finished weapon is well worth it. Pretty cool. Like I said, you can't craft a sword in this shop. Let's go down here. He's got a magical chest. Not magical chest. He's got a treasure chest here. Let's look inside. A bunch of clothes in here, of course. Got some books. To the Death by Zaxxum. It says that. I don't feel like reading that. What color is thy blade by Menion? The same guy. Oh, I think he already... This is literally the scroll he gave us. It's like word for word the same, I believe. Let's just leave. And if you're a thief, you can totally come in here when he's sleeping, just take this stuff if you need it. We have no need of it. I'm gonna go in here, though, and talk to this guy. Nice little archery shop. You see a man who, despite being blind, quickly acknowledges you. I'm Jordan, Sir Jordan, and thou art? My name is Reuben. My pleasure, Reuben. He shakes your hand. Note the blindfold around his eyes. He already introduced himself, so we'll just ask his job. I sell bows and crossbows here at Yolo South. Yolo South? The original branch is in Britain. I do fine business here in the hold. Original branch? The great archer himself, Yolo, started that branch more than 200 years ago. I thank thee for thy compliment. 'Twould mean more, wert thou Yolo. Listen here, rogue, I truly am. Yes, yes, I know. Thou really art Yolo, and I am Lord British. It's like that saying, and I'm Lord British, is like saying, sure, and I'm Elvis Presley in real life or something. Who was the king, by the way? Anyways, you know that. Serpent's Hold, my lord, I have sold many quality bows to the knights here. Knights. There are many who live within the walls of the hold. Sir Denton? Oh, J.C. Denton? No, just, unfortunately, a different kind of Denton. The bartender at the Hollow Dock knows them all. Sell? Weapons or missiles? Show me what kind of weapons you have. What dost thou wish to buy? Well, he's got pretty much the same thing as back at Britain, but except for a magic bow, you can totally buy one. Or a triple crossbow. Let's see how much the magic bow costs just for the heck of it. 400 gold pieces, that's actually not too bad. But if you're patient, or if you just know where to look, like we did, you can totally find a magic bow in different parts of Britannia. We will say bye. I hope to see thee again, Reuben. You may notice that they're kind of, looks like they're stuck in place. That's an Exalt thing. It was like this the last time I played. Different version too. I guess it's just not fixed. They start moving though once their schedule transitions, so let's not worry about that. I do remember Menion, like I just remembered a few minutes ago, that he trains at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. During the day, he works the forge. This is Serpent's Hold, that's what it says right there. And this statue looks rather defaced. We're going to talk to the people here. There's actually a fun little side quest in this part of Britannia. This is Lord British's statue. It looks like it's been defaced. I can't blame them, I guess. But anyways, let's go in here. Dupre says he can use his drink. Well, you have a drink in your backpack. He's probably thinking, that one's warm. Give me something cold. Well, you can have this. Well, he doesn't want to drink it right now. Alright, let's talk to the bartender. Try the wine, he says. Greetings to thee, Sir Dupre. Art thou back again for thy study of wines for Brahmer? Why, yes, my good friend Denton. I am still conducting that study. He turns to you and shrugs, grinning sheepishly. The man before you seems to stare at you blankly. Name? I'm Sir Denton, my lord. Job? I'm the tavern keeper, my lord. I sell refreshment to the citizens of Britannia, most notably the knights in Serpent's Hold. What can you tell me about the knights, or rather, let's ask about Serpent's Hold first. Serpent's Hold is located at precisely 53 degrees east and 165 degrees south. That's rather precise. What about the knights? What can you tell me about them? Almost every resident here is a noble warrior. The exceptions would be Lady Jahan, the provisioner, Lady Tori, Lady Lay, the healer, and Menion, the trainer. I can also tell thee about all the other residents. Tell me about Lady Jahan, whatever. She's a lady of Sir Pendarin. She has been helping me better my sense of humor. Humor? Tell me a joke. My jokes are very bad. If thou wouldst like, I will tell thee one. We may regret this, but sure. Why did the chicken cross the road? To get to the other side. Oh, that joke is new, he says sarcastically. Spark. Yolo whispers in your ear. Reuben, we have heard that one before. 'Tis best we leave him before he indulges in another joke. Let's just say this. Oh, thou hast heard it before. Yes, I have. We'll take Yolo's advice for a change. Can you tell me about Lady Tori, though? I believe she is a druid. Oh, once a coincidence. We have a druid in our party. Her name is Yana. She was showing me how to be more compassionate than I was before. She's very good at knowing what others are feeling and why they are experiencing such emotions. What about Lady Lei? Her healing skills are said to be unparalleled. What about Menyon? We met him. He's the fighting instructor. In his spare time, he likes to make swords. Menyon has been kind enough to give me one of his creations. Okay, what about the residents? Yes, my lord, I can tell thee about the following people. Lord John Paul. Does that sound familiar to you? He's the Lord of Serpent's Hold. He is a capable leader and a fair man. Sir Richter, another name that sounds familiar. He is second in command to Lord John Paul. He is teaching me how to gamble well. In fact, he began increasing the lessons after he joined the Fellowship. Sir Horf? Okay, I'm just going to say, this is a Star Trek The Next Generation reference, each one of these characters. Jordan is Geordi, the black guy, of course, wearing the special futuristic visor in that show. Never really watched the show, by the way. I've only seen like a handful of episodes. But despite that, it's so famous that you just automatically know who the characters are, their names, and what they look like. Even if you just literally never watched it. Growing up during that time, I mean. Sir Horf is an excellent warrior. He's a gargoyle that was found by 2 knights when he was very young. They chose to raise him as their own child. He is very honorable. Sir Jordan, we met him. Despite his blindness, Sir Jordan perceives objects around him very well. He's an excellent tinkerer and can repair many items. Sir Pendarin is a knight of the hold. He's very friendly, but I have been told he can be overbearing at times. About the Fellowship. The Fellowship is a 20-year-old organization that holds many festivals, parades, and celebrations. In addition, they maintain a shelter in the town of Paws. They have an underlying philosophy called the Triad of Inner Strength. Yes, we heard about that. This triad is broken into 3 principles, la-di-da. Oh, now I'll explain the meaning of each principle. No, thank you. This Denton fellow is really long-winded. Yeah, unlike J.C. Denton back in Deus Ex, right? I guess we'll read this. Strive for unity seems to mean that the Fellowship wants others to work together for the weal of society. Trust thy brother implies that each person should not question the actions of others. Worthiness precedes reward indicates that the Fellowship's attitude towards reward is that one must do well to be rewarded. Buy. Oh, you sell stuff. What wouldst thou choose to buy, my lord? We can buy mutton rations, bread, trout, ham, cake, grapes, cheese, mead, wine, ale, and milk. Farewell, my lord. To nothing, farewell. Go ahead and save, and we'll talk to, this guy here, I guess. I'm not even gonna sit down. The very serious man breaks into a half smile as he greets you. Standing at attention just behind him is a winged gargoyle. Name: I'm Lord John Paul of Serpent's Hold. Thou art Reuben the Avatar, correct? That is correct, yes. Excellent. You can say no for some reason if you want to, but it's like, why would you want to unless you want to see the dialogue? Something that might interest thee. What is it? He smiles gratefully at you and begins pacing. Very recently, a terrible crime was committed. It seems the statue of Lord British, the one in the Hold Commons we saw that, was defaced by an unknown vandal. Perhaps, he looks at you hopefully, thou couldst help track down the villain? Sure. Very good. The best way to begin is by speaking with Sir Denton, the tavern keeper at the Hollow Dock. His ability to solve puzzles and problems is quite remarkable. When thou hast solved this little mystery, please inform me of thy findings. What can you tell me about Serpent's Hold? Luke Picard, or excuse me, John Paul. It has changed little since thy last visit, Reuben. Of course, all the people are new. People? I'm afraid I must attend to other business shortly, but cannot show thee around, but I recommend that thou visitest the Hollow Dock, which is where we're at. Many of the Hold's knights frequent there in the evening. Did we already choose this? No, we did not. I'm charged with overseeing the Hold. Sometimes I forget what I chose when it comes to, like, job and stuff. It's not a difficult job, overseeing. Sir Richter and Sir Horf ensure that things run smoothly as often as possible. You can tell me about Sir Richter, also known as Riker. He's in charge of the Hold when I'm otherwise occupied. He has seemed somewhat changed of late, but I trust him nonetheless. What do you mean by changed? What's he doing? It began when he joined the Fellowship. He became more, what is the word? Orderly. He smiles. I suppose there is a regimented structure within the Fellowship that has done him good, no? Sure, I guess. I'm afraid I know so little about them. They seem to help many people. However, I have noticed Sir Horf has become rather apprehensive since Richter joined. Orderly. It is difficult to explain. He seems more disciplined. He gives a short laugh, which of course is rather fitting for the hold. How about Sir Horf? He's the captain of the guards. I would have no other for his position. He's the most honorable warrior I have ever met. So thank you, sir. He seems to have taken a dislike for the Fellowship, however. I have noticed he is reluctant to mention this around Sir Richter. He shrugs. Goodbye. Carry on, Reuben. I will. Let's go talk to Denton again. Make sure he doesn't tell us a joke. And this plays again between him and Dupre. Help. Yes, my lord, I can help thee investigate the crime. I believe the best way to begin would be by speaking with Sir Richter, since he is the one who searched the statue after the incident. Good day, my lord. We'll do that. We'll talk to Horf. You see a gargoyle with a very stern expression on his face, standing at attention just behind Lord John Paul. Name: to be named Horf. Job: to be the captain of the guard, to serve and protect the people of Serpent's Hold. What can you tell me about the hold? To direct you to Sir Denton, the tavern keeper at the Hollow Dock, to know more about the hold and the people than I. Captain: to have been commanded to protect the people who live in Serpent's Hold and to maintain the general order of the knights. Knights. To inform you that many fine warriors take up residence between the Hold's walls. To have little fear of an attack from bandits or vicious animals. This is how gargoyles talk, at least in this game. Did they talk like that in the previous game? That may be a dumb question to ask, but it's been a long time since I played The False Prophet. People. To direct you to Sir Denton. Oh, we already chose that, did we? You know nothing about that. Okay, bye. Just say goodbye. Let's talk to, this, lady. The woman smiles at you compassionately. What's your name? I'm Lady Tori, my lord. Mother of Reiki, she says, sobbing. Who's Reiki? My poor baby boy. He was taken one night by cruel harpies who wanted a child for their own. I know not where they have taken him. I've heard some of the knights mention that a group of the vile women birds cluster around the Shrine of Honor, but they have not yet been able to defeat them, she sniffs. But thou, my lord, thou will help me get my child back. Oh, please, wilt thou? Sure, I will. I'm the Avatar, after all. I cannot thank thee enough for helping me. She appears to have cheered up greatly. What's your job? My job is to provide counsel for Lord John Paul and anyone else in need of guidance here at the Hold. Lord John Paul. He's an extraordinary leader. Everyone looks up to him. Thou hast only to ask his captain. Captain. The captain of the guard, Sir Horf, is a gargoyle. He was found by two humans who raised him to be a valiant knight. He's a very dedicated warrior, and rarely leaves John Paul's side. Gargish accent. Despite his human upbringing, Horf has struggled to maintain his Gargish identity. By speaking in the same manner as his brethren, he feels he can better hold on to his background. But the Hold. I sense that thou wishes to know about the residents here at Serpent's Hold, is this correct? Yes. As counselor for the Hold, I can tell thee about many people. Hast thou met the healer or the provisioner? And as a warrior thyself, thou mayest wish to visit the trainer and the armorer. The armorer's minion, right? Nope, no it's not. Well, Sir Richter has changed much recently. Ever since he joined the Fellowship, he seems a little less compassionate. Fellowship, you say? Does not have a branch here, but two of our knights are members, Sir Richter and Sir Pendarin. I know they are well interested in having Sir Jordan join as well. Sir Jordan. He is a wonder. Despite his blindness, he fights with amazing deftness. In fact, he also enjoys toying with mechanical items, and his loss of eyesight does not seem to affect that either. However, I sense in him a very recent change, remarkably like that in Sir Richter. He would be an interesting one to speak with. Thou mayest find him at Yellow South. We did find him. Yellow smiles proudly. My shop has grown a bit since thou were last here, Reuben. I also want to say, giving the kind of blind guy, having him in charge of a shop with they sell bows, crossbows, arrows, and crossbow bolts. Archery equipment, basically. They did that on purpose. Healer. Lady Lay is very skilled as a healer. I have yet to see her lose a patient. Provisioner? Her name is Lady Jahan. She is the Lady of Sir Pendarin, she says with a gleam in her eye. Sir Pendarin. He is a brave and hardy fighter, and, she smiles, he has also been on the attractive side. Trainer. I know Menyon least of all. He is very quiet, spending most of his spare time in weaponsmithing. The Tavern Keeper may know more about him. Tavern Keeper. Sir Denton is the most astute man I have ever met. He is the only one I cannot sense, and I have never seen him remove his armor, she shrugs. Basically, data reference. She appears thoughtful. When the incident was brought up to everyone here at the Hold, I remember Sir Jordan becoming a bit nervous. Perhaps thou should speak with him. Aye. I sense thou hast pressing engagements elsewhere. I bid thee farewell. Alright, goodbye. Let's go this way. Into the kitchen, I guess. There's a lot of fish here. And a lot of alcohol. 2 big kegs. And a book. Thou art what thee eat by Fordras. Oh, we'll read this. It's actually kind of helpful a little bit if you're playing this for the first time. Within these pages thou wilt find the comparative analysis of many of things we, humans, place in our bodies in the name of food. I will attempt to provide for thee information on what constitutes good food, and what constitutes bad, and will display the information by mentioning each type from best to worst, first in terms of nutritional value and second by taste. A large chop of fine meat, including mutton, fowl, ham, or ribs, is by far the most nourishing. This does not include other forms of beef, however, for they are usually served in smaller portions. Pork and sausage are also lower on the proverbial scale, for they are not quite as filling. In place of meat, I will recommend flounder, cheese, or potatoes, for they are also quite good for thee. In some instances, trout, fish and chips, and some breads will pass for a meal. An egg and most any other fruit and vegetable, including an apple, a banana, a carrot, a pumpkin, a bunch of grapes, and various cakes will suffice in a pinch. However, despite its delectable taste and extravagant price, silverleaf meals have absolutely no value on this chart at all. The moral is, my friend, never pass up meats when thou hast the chance to dine upon them. Obviously, not everything that tastes good is nourishing. At the top of this list, I must put down silverleaf. The taste is absolutely exquisite. Short of that, I recommend roast mutton with a lovely Minoxian glaze sauce. Add a potato as a side course, with the whole meal preceded by a few raw vegetables, and thou truly hast a wonderful feast. For a second course, I would suggest. And it ends right there. Alright, let's go talk to a dog in there. Neat. We're not gonna talk to that though. We gotta find out where Riker is, I think, and look at all that treasure in there. My goodness. That right there is a magical axe. That's actually a good weapon. Another Mage Bane, and this is a great dagger. It's hard to tell. Great daggers are better than regular daggers. A Juggernaut hammer. Got a fire sword. We already have that. Sword of defense and a magical sword. And then the armor, I guess, is right here, who's also stuck for some reason. Already read that. Back at Menyon's. Talk to him. You see a dashing young man who turns to greet you. I am Richter, Knight of the Hold. Who wouldst thou be? My name is Reuben. I'm happy to meet thee, Reuben. Alright, what can you tell me about the statue? A look of disgust appears on his face. Obviously someone who doth not seek unity did this. He is not worthy of reward. After a moment he calms down. Art thou investigating this crime against mankind? It's just a statue, man. Then let me give thee these. He holds up some stone chips. They are found at the base of the statue. Thou wilt notice that they are stained red in some places. I believe it to be blood. Fellowship. Not gonna read these. We already did the thing. I click on them anyways just in case, because I tend to do that even on replays. No. I mean job. I am the armor of the Hold. 32 minutes already, my god. No combat, no exploration in this part. Lots and lots of talking. Armor. What form of protection wouldst thou like to buy? He's got greaves, gauntlets, all this stuff that we don't need. Very well. I don't really buy anything, I just sort of scavenge. Do that in almost every game, except JRPGs. What do you have for weapons? Dagger, spear, morning star, mace, sword. two-handed sword and halberd. I completely understand, my lord. Ever since the Britannian Tax Council set such outrageous taxes, prices have arisen throughout the land. Hold. Yes, thou art in Serpent's Hold, home to many noble and valiant knights. Lord John Paul is charged with overseeing the hold, though Sir Horf is actually the captain of the guard. The rest of us, of course, are here to serve Lord British and the needs of Britannia. Tell me about John Paul. I trust his ability as I trust no other. I could not tell thee how proud I was when he chose me to be his second-in-command. Needs? Well, obviously there is many a vile beast looking to terrorize the countryside on the mainland. 'Tis our duty to protect the common man. In addition, we are here to provide examples of proper behavior to the general populace. About Horf. He appears thoughtful. I know the others trust him and I myself do not doubt his fighting skills, but I cannot escape this feeling that he needs more moral discipline. I feel obligated to watch him at times. Watch? I'm not certain for what it is that I am watching for. However, I expect him to fall into ways either aggressive or thieving. He simply does not seem to truly believe in the unity of the hold. What about others? Well, it is obvious that John Paul respects his abilities. Lady Tori has told me that she can sense his honesty, but I am not without skepticism. Sense? Lady Tori has the uncanny ability to empathize with others. She can determine another's intentions and emotions by doing nothing more than passing a simple greeting. Who's Tori? She is the hold advisor, often giving guidance to the knights. His expression becomes wistful. She's also quite beautiful. Goodbye. Pleasant journeys. Remember, trust thy brother. No, thank you. Not in a fellowship way. Let's go this way. The door is too heavy to move. I accidentally did that. Also, as a kid, I sort of killed everybody here and made this castle my own home and put all my companions here. Be kind of evil to do in this kind of playthrough, though. Let's try to find someone else, I guess. Wherever they are, there's supposed to be other people here. I don't know where they are. This way? Are they in this room? Gotta talk to Lady Tor. There she is. She must be the provisioner. The woman greets you with a curtsy. Name? And Lady Jahan, my lord. Job? And provisioner, a Serpent's Hold. And she adds, I also have a ship for sale, shouldst thou be interested in that. Well, we're not, but tell me about it. Well, it was once the magnificent Constellation. However, 'twas destroyed by the ship's captain himself, to prevent it from falling into the hands of attacking pirates. What little remained was rebuilt into an even finer ship, the Dragon's Breath. Dragon's Breath? Question mark. Art thou interested in purchasing it for 600 gold? Nah. Perhaps sometime in the future, my lord. Probably never, because we have a ship already. Tell me about Serpent's Hold. Most of us here are knights, noble warriors sworn to protect Britannia, and Lord British, mine own lord, she beams with pride, is such a knight, Sir Pendarin. Tell me about him. We met 3 years ago. He's quite brave and strong. I just love to watch him fight, she smiles. I'm not really sure he will mix well with the rest of the Fellowship, though. Fellowship? It's nothing really. He was just a little bit more individualistic before we joined. I did not think there was anything wrong with the Fellowship, necessarily, but I did not expect it to be something that would capture Pendarin's interest. Fight. He and Menyon used to spar together. After their exercises, 'twas a beautiful... sight, my lord, she says, blushing. Used to. At the time, Pendarin was the only man who could keep up with Menyon. Now that Menyon has begun instructing others, he no longer has the time to practice with my lord. Knights. With but a few exceptions, myself included, all of the warriors here in the hold are knights. Thou mayest wish to speak with Lord John Paul. Already did. He's in charge of Serpent's Hold and might be better able to show thee around. Provisions. Sure. She has torches, oil flasks, backpack, lockpick, powder keg, jug, and cannonballs. Alright, so don't really need any of these. Except lockpicks. I guess we'll buy a few. How much is this? Lockpick sells for 10 gold, dost thou agree? Sure. How many was that like? I'll buy... I think I'll buy 3. Very good, my lord. Dost thou care to purchase something else? No, buy. Alright, let's check our gold situation. We have 117. We might not have enough to pay for Menyon's, all of Menyon's training. 1 session, 3 sessions total. I think everyone else is at 0, right? I checked when we started, but I forgot. Let's go this way. Got a book. Ribald Encounters by Madden. Within the pages of this anthology are many stories full of suggestive prose. And it's empty. Like I said a long time ago, this is not a Skyrim, so books don't really hold that much text in them. Because back when this game came out, they came out on 8, like 5.5-inch floppies, 5.25-inch, and 6 3.5-inch high-density floppy disks, and 1 CD. I imagine if they waited until CDs became the thing to put these games on, the world might have been a bit bigger. But Origin had this thing where they always pushed technology as much as possible. People complain about the small world, but it does not bother me at all. I want to play a game, not be lost in a world, you know? I want stuff to do, basically. Open world, I used to like open world games, but they need to be like this game or like Gothic 1 and 2. You're greeted with a stern look on this man's face. This must be Pandaren. I don't think we met Jahan yet. I'm not sure. Actually, yeah, we did in the tavern. Name. Thou mayst call me Sir Pandaren. What's your job? I am a knight here in Serpent's Hold. 'Tis my job to help protect the citizens of Britannia. Protect. Aye, my lord. Britannia can be a dangerous place outside town boundaries, especially now that the ruling faction have gone soft. Soft, you say? Though I'd follow the land's ideals to the ends of the land, I find it difficult to accept how poor the conditions are in Britannia. Brigands populate the land, disease overruns the towns, and corruption fills the councils. Were it not for the Fellowship, I would be hard-pressed to avoid falling on my own blade, despite how dishonorable an act that may seem. Fellowship. A noble group of people who strive to distill a greater sense of spiritual knowledge throughout all Britannia. 'Twill be but a matter of time, my lord, before all people will see the wisdom. Ruling faction. Well, I mean Lord British and his advisors. Serpent's Hold. I live here in the hold with my lady. Her name is Jahan, my lord, she says suspiciously. She is the provisioner. Okay. Statue? Terrible saying, my lord. He eyes you coldly. Good day to thee, my lord. There we go. This must be, the last lady we have to talk to. This attractive-looking woman gives you an approving look. Really? She blushes. I am Lady Lay. Job. I'm the healer of Serpent's Hold. Tell me about the hold. Lord John Paul. Spelled John as like John Reno, the actor, not John as John, J-O-H-N, like the biblical John. Paul is in charge of keeping the order here, but Sir Denton would be an even better source of information about Serpent's Hold. Tell me about John Paul. He's an easy man to find, for Sir Horf hardly ever leaves his side. Watch for the tall, muscular gargoyle. If thou hast business about the town and are not able to locate John Paul, thou mightst wish to speak with Sir Richter. Richter. He's the armorer. His shop is in the back of the hold. We met him. Horf, we met. He was found at a very young age, apparently abandoned by his father. 2 people took and raised him as their own. As thou couldst see simply by meeting him, he is a very noble person and a stout warrior. About Denton. He's the tavern keeper at the Hollow Dock, just inside the hold's doors. He is wonderful at remembering and discussing important facts. She can heal us. She's qualified to do all that. We don't need it, though. But she'll be here if we do. Can you examine these chips? She takes the stone chips from you and examines them. Using several vials of strange and unusual mixtures, she analyzes the blood. Finally, after a few silent minutes, she looks up, grinning. I had determined the nature of the blood. It is definitely not human. In fact, she looks back down at the sample and raises one eyebrow. It is gargoyle blood. Gargoyle blood? There's only one gargoyle here. She appears thoughtful. What is odd, my lord, is that there is only one gargoyle in Serpent's Hold. I cannot imagine Sir Horf would have had anything to do with this wanton destruction. Very well, my lord, let's go talk to the gargoyle guy. Close that. Just because I like to do stuff like that, and he's still here, thankfully. It's not even 3 o'clock yet. It seems like it's been a while since we've been here. To ask how to be of assistance, his eyes narrow. Statue. To know nothing about that. We found your blood on the fragments. His rough demeanor softens. To be my blood, he sighs. But to be not the one who defaced the statue. To have been wounded while trying to stop the vandal. Did you see the vandal? He looks down at his feet. To know not who he was. To have been very dark. To ask you not to tell, Sir Richter. Sir Richter? To know he will not believe one who openly defies the Fellowship. Fellowship? To know little about it, to like little about it. So far, me too. To have been very poor visibility, but to be positive I was scuffling with an armed knight. To say goodbye. Let's talk to... her. Okay, we gotta talk to Jordan. Oh, excuse me. I keep, burping in real life a little bit. Try not to do so I don't have to edit it out. Less work for me. Alright, let's talk to Jordan, who's still sitting here. 2 o'clock now. Greetings, Reuben. Statue. He looks defensive. I had nothing to do with that. But I will tell you that, on the night of the incident, I heard the sounds of scuffling in the commons. And later on in the evening, I heard a woman cry out, as if in surprise. Oh, a woman. I'm not positive, Reuben, but I believe the voice was that of Lady Jahan. He nods his head knowingly. Someone has lost her sense of unity. I hope to see thee again, Reuben. I didn't catch that the first time. That's really funny. But I think he can see in other ways. It's not like he's totally blind. Let's go talk to Lady J. Right over here. There she is, still standing there like a dummy. Well, they are NPCs, commons. For an instant, you see indecisiveness in her expression. Then she suddenly gives in, her words coming out in a torrent of information. I'm afraid to speak, but knowing thou wouldst see through any facade, I can no longer silence the truth. My lord, Sir Pandaren, has not been the same gentle soul since he joined the Fellowship. It was not too long ago that my Pandaren was a noble knight, one a lady could be proud of, but now she shakes her head. In protest of a wrong he perceives in Britannia's government, he has defaced the statue of our beloved Lord British. She begins to sob. And he has battled and wounded a fellow knight who chanced upon him during his hour of misdeed. He came to me, she tries to choke back her tears, with another's blood on his sword. After a few moments of your comforting, she regains her composure. Please do not be too harsh with him, she begs. Another. I know not who, my lord, and Pandaren will not say. Goodbye. Alright, let's go talk to Pandaren. The Fellowship was a bad influence on you. I could use a drink, Dupre says. Well, too bad we're busy investigating. I'm gonna make a mental note of my experience, 807. I want to see how much experience you get after you finish a side quest. I forget where Pandaren is, though. Like, where is he? Walking around? Where is this dude? He was, like, right over here last time we talked to him. Is he up here? No. Is he in here? No, just, Lady Lay. Where is he? What the heck? What the deuce? Ah, there he is. I think that's him. No, that's the, yeah, that's Denton. Ah, I found him. He walks around the halls. So good news, I found him, and other good news, it's almost 3 o'clock, so we could do some training, at least a little bit. Stop moving around. My lord, he nods at you. Statue. He says the same thing. Thou didst do it. What? Thou art accusing me? Preposterous. I had nothing to do with it. Lady Jahan just confessed. He shakes his head. Thou wouldst take the word of a woman over that of a knight of the hold? Yes. Thou art lower than a worm. He glares at you for a moment, and then his expression changes. All right, he says, I am the one who defaced the statue, but only because the government has become so worthless and soft. He quickly turns away from you, ashamed. I thought I was thinking best, he sighs. Tomorrow I shall beg forgiveness from my fellow knights. So you have a choice. You can say, no need, or you can say, 'tis best. Well, as much as I probably relate to his feelings, it's probably best he Forgive. Nodding his agreement, he sighs again and turns away. You know, since Lord British is the ruler, and there's probably better ways of doing things, I suppose. Defacing a statue isn't going to do anything, really. If you want to, like, really do something, you can always drop a plaque right on Lord British's head. Let's talk to John Paul. Sir Pendarn is responsible. He appears puzzled. I see, and how didst thou reach this conclusion? Lady Jahan just confessed. He smiles and extends his hand. Excellent job, Reuben. I cannot adequately express my gratitude. I will see that Sir Pendarn is properly reprimanded. I thank thee, Reuben. Bye. Carry on, Reuben, and we finished our first side quest, and we got 50 experience points. And I think you can actually talk to him again. No, we can't. At least in the base game, I think Exalt fixes this, but back in those days, you can actually click the dialogue option again and just go through it and keep finishing the quest over and over again and get free experience points, but kind of glad they fixed that. Anyways, let's check our stats for the heck of it, I guess. Alright, let's leave. It's almost 3 o'clock. I'm probably going to stand still and wait for a little while until Minion's ready to train. Thankfully, you won't have to see that. I think it's 3 o'clock at least. Alright, it's almost 3 o'clock. Decided to walk around outside a little bit. This is one of those moments where I wish this game had like a wait button, like in Skyrim, Elder Scrolls, but here's Minion, he's finally walking around. Let's talk to him. Job. Train. 45 gold pieces. Yes, I'll pay that. Which of you wishes to train? Sparkaroni. You pay 45 gold, and the training session begins. It begins with a short but extensive weight training program, followed by a sparring match with heavy weaponry. Shortly, Spark begins to feel stronger, and better able to utilize that strength in battle. Bye. He says that. I wish I could do that in real life, like, just lift weights and you automatically gain, like, 2 points in strength. Because in real life, you have to wait for your muscles to heal up to get stronger after tearing them down from sleeping and good food and all that. But you can see here that Spark, 16 strength and 25 combat. I think it was 23 before. We'll do it again. Gotta go through this again, though. Spark, weight training, bye. Now he has 18 strength and 26 combat. And from here on afterwards, I think we're going to go ahead and basically train Spark with Minion. However high of a level we get to. Not going to say how high we can get to. Because he pretty much has high combat. It's better to give him strength. High strength is very important once you get your combat skill at a decent level. I think combat probably works a little bit differently in Exalt, though, compared to the base game. Not everything, I'm not sure how it works in Exalt. It might be different. I don't think I read that in the changelog or whatever. But yeah, him, and we gotta train Reuben, too. Oh, we can't train Reuben because I only had 27 pieces of gold. What the deuce? I'm gonna go ahead and make a little checkpoint save. I think I'm gonna do a little exploration. I think I have time. I got like 6 minutes on the clock right now. And I could always play a little bit longer if just to finish what we're gonna be doing. But I'm gonna go back to the ship. Our characters are ready for combat now. We just need better weapons a little bit. We got the Hoe of Destruction for Spark. We got the Magic Bow for Shamino. We need something for a backup weapon for Yolo. And Yana needs a better ranged weapon. I'm gonna go down here though. There is something... I remember there was something around here last time I played. You remember that stone gate in the last part? I wasn't able to... I never found that when I was a kid. In fact, I think the first time I found it was when I was doing the review of this game about a year ago. I think it's here, right? I don't know. Let's go this way. There's an area I want to check out. I can't even remember. Hopefully I can find it without looking up a guide. I think the gangplank is blocked. There we go. I just feel like it's probably around here. Nope. Sometimes there's secret walls. Ah, this is not a secret wall, but a cave. We will go in. That is a tentacle monster. We will attack it. And there's an alligator. Didn't you see that? We gotta walk all the way around here. Go ahead and save. Always save. You never know what's gonna happen. This is an old game. You might run the risk of soft locking yourself. It's a kind of a short cave. It's not really big. Take out this alligator do. Go get a little bit of experience. Wait, who got the experience? There's no experience bars in this game, so you gotta sort of just look yourself. It's that Jason Voorhees music again. Here comes an alligator. I like how they just walk on top of the water, mimicking the fact that they're swimming towards you. Got some skeletons here. That one's empty. This one has some gold that I might want. More than might. I need the gold. I'm out of gold. We got enough for at least one training session with Ruben. And this is locked. Pick broke. Pick broke. Pick broke. Pick broke. Pick broke. Darn it. Let's go ahead and load that. Hopefully this won't take too long. Okay, I just remembered. You need a key for this. It won't open. Or you can just break it open. We're going to give it to... Oh shoot, who am I going to give this to? Can I give this to... Spark? Can you carry it, Spark? He can carry it, but unfortunately... he can't... can I do this? Nope. Can't carry his Hoe of Destruction, so that's going to be a little... That's 10 stones. Let's re-equip this right here. You need a key for this, and I think I know where the key is. Going by pure memory here. Let's get out of this cave. Can I go this way? No, you can't. You gotta go the back in the back where we came from. I think I could probably... Oh, there's enemies here. Alligators. At you. Die, fool. No, they were easy. Let's go. Let's get out of here. Hopefully I can find that key before this part ends. There's some cool stuff in it. There's some cool stuff around this area. There's treasure around here. Yana, come on. Don't get stuck on the water. And the key is nearby. I do remember... I think I remember where the key is, guys. Let's get back to our ship. Ah, dry land. Beautiful. Before I do that, actually, let's just go back to Menion first. I'm feeling impatient, so I pretty much just landed on the beach. Because I want to get this training done before Menion's schedule changes. Let's do some weight training. There we go. And now we have a decent amount of stats, pretty balanced, just low magic. Not a big deal. The strength is important because it increases your hit points. That's pretty much it. We got everyone trained up, except for, oh, Spark leveled up to 5. Oh, darn it, I don't have enough money though, I don't think. Ah, okay, we'll train him later. We can always just go to sleep right outside on our bedroll. To 3 p.m. if we need to. Let's just go back to the ship and I'll go ahead and find out where that key is. I'm pretty sure I know where it is. There's that sound again. This game's so weird. Alright, back on our ship. And off to sail with our buddy Squawks. What if we caught any worms or something while we were gone? Golden Ankh. Like, no need to buy another ship unless you like the look of the statue or whatever. On the, not the statue, but the engraving, whatever you call it. Alright, I think it's around here. Ah, that bird is in the way. Come on, go away. Dry land. Alright, let's go find where I'm looking for. Or just do a bit of exploration. There's a cow here. Don't have a cow, man. Oh, this is just... There's nothing here, actually. Never mind, let's go around. Don't know what... Ah, this is it. I do remember. My brain just... A neuron in my head just activated. Let's move these. These are invisible traps. Those are caltrops. There's 3 of them there, and I think there's probably a little more, so we'll just inch... Ooh, yep, Spark got hit a little bit. Look at all that. This is a treasure trove of stuff. Where's that other caltrop at? Can I grab? Because they get hurt. I can't even... That's not fair. Whoever at Origin did this is not very fair, but there's a little bit of a trap that we can't access and move. But there is a dead pirate here, and he has nothing on him. I do see a lockpick underneath that chest there. I can't grab. I get a little closer? Oh, there's a ghost. He's attacking us. At you. Die, or you're already dead. Come on. He ran away. That's what it gets. Okay, can I... Oh, I'm stuck. I cannot seem to be... to move, guys. What the heck? Alright, let's try again. My goodness. Okay, let's just... walk in like that. Can I open this? No, that's locked. He doesn't have anything. It's blocked. Why is that blocked? That's annoying. Can I grab this? That's blocked as well. That's also blocked. Well, let's just grab all these, gold bars, put it in, Dupre's bag. Much as we can. Yana can carry a few. How many was that? I wasn't counting. That's invisible powder right there, invisibility dust. 1, 2. That's 600 gold pieces we're carrying right now. I believe the current exchange rate is 100 crowns per bar at the Britannia Mint. That's great, but how do I get a key? That's not blocked. Great, I just had to move the gold bars. Well, I will take this. Open this. That also has a lot of gold and a lot of lockpicks. Lovely. Give me that. We also have a lightning whip. That seems like it'd be good for let's give that to what's her face? Yana. Put it right here. I'm gonna have her in melee eventually. I'm also gonna take these gold pieces, of course, because I am low on gold. Almost forgot where this place was, but I'm glad I walked around that corner. Whoops. Okay, you right-click, it doesn't put it in the bag. You gotta click on the check mark. Just checking. There's also Serpent Venom right here, which is also worth some gold. Gotta talk to a certain NPC in Britain about all that. However, I don't see a key. I don't think I ever noticed this. There's a Serpent Venom beneath the powder keg. Let's see if our lockpicks work. That broke. That unlocked. And that unlocked. There we go. This has more gold, guys. Excellent. How much gold is in here? 42. Can I put it right there? Yes. Another gold bar. I guess I'll have the avatar carry that. That is empty. Ah, those are glass swords. My goodness. Well, Spark, carry these. These are very, 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 very powerful weapons. One hit will kill any enemy in the game. The trade-off is that it's gonna break if we use it, but it makes a good trump card if we lose. You know, let's go ahead and give Spark the magical boots. Not like it matters. I want him wearing magical stuff, and then Dupre can wear it. Our frontliners first, basically. We also got a poison dagger. Don't really need it. And yeah, it looks like that's it. Where's the like key? I thought there was a key around here. I guess not.